Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Welcome to Toronto and Ryerson. First question for you, Mr. Alsop. What is architecture?
That's an unfair question. Next. No. What is architecture? I suppose there must be lots of different ways of answering that question. But today I would say that architecture is not building. So there are these things. There are buildings, and then there's what I call buildings plus, and it's the plus that's the architecture. So so the plus can be joy, delight, pleasure, technical innovation, all sorts of things. But buildings tend to. Most buildings in most cities are just buildings. They're not architecture, in my view. So architecture is all the stuff that you can't really explain, and now I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to explain either.
Okay. And so it was rumored, I guess, that you were quitting architecture this summer to pursue painting. Would you like to comment on that? Or?
Sure. I did announce to the press that I was giving up architecture, and that I was going to do some painting, and devote some time to painting. And I think I also said and a little bit more teaching. And the reason I did that was that I wanted to leave the practice I'd set up, because I was fed up with it, and to do something new. But I didn't want to tell the world what I was doing, because that would have been stupid at that time. So I didn't tell a lie to the press, I just didn't tell all of the truth. Two things I said I was going to do were all true. Like, I am doing a little bit more teaching. It happens to be here at Ryerson. It's not a huge amount, as you know. And I have been painting. On the other hand, I was painting. But I didn't say I was setting up a new practice, which I have.
Okay. And why did you choose to join Ryerson?
Well, as you may or may not know, I've been coming on a regular basis to Toronto for, just about almost 10 years actually. And I like the city, and of course over that 10 years you meet lots of people and you become aware of different institutions. And I think it was Kendra, she asked me to come in and do an afternoon, whatever I liked really. I sort of began to get the atmosphere. What I like is that the graduate school is virtually brand new. It's only a couple of years old. I think that's a good thing. I think there's a nice spirit. The people that are here are very nice, and it's not too bogged down in bureaucracy. All of these things are important, and I thought, well, being as I like Toronto so much, and I think that I like Ryerson, in fact I'm sure that I do, then there's something to do here, and I like the fact of getting involved with Toronto in a slightly different way.
And obviously your connection with Toronto includes the Sharp Centre for Design and among other buildings. What do you think about the mixed reaction that the building in particular has received?
You're asking the wrong guy really, because everyone that talks to me says they love it, because if they hate it they tend not to talk to me. Right. So I only hear it. So I'm also always surprised to know that there is a converse view. I think not by many people, as far as I get. People tend to like it.
Right.
And I'd much rather that people either really like the building or really hate the building. Going back to architecture and non-architecture, most of the buildings in the city people don't even think about. That's really dangerous.
Okay. But I mean, you are known for your modernist, avant-garde style, and obviously that's not for everyone. So I guess just what would you say, I guess, inspires you in your design?
I think the people inspire me. Certainly staying in the city, in a building like OCAD, I spent quite a lot of time with the students, the users of the building, the staff, but more importantly perhaps the people that live on the other side of McCall Street in those condominiums, and also around the park. And I think it's fair to say that the idea of putting a tabletop that high in the sky was not my idea. It came from one of the residents, saying that because it was agreed therefore that what used to be the southern parking lot, which was the site for the building, there was the possibility of dragging the park through over that, which they still have yet to do. So you could come out of your front door in McCall, walk across the street in your slippers, and you're in the park, which is now called Butterfield Park. I think that's a fabulous thing to be able to do.
And I understand that you're currently designing 2 TTC stations, Steeles and Finch.
Yeah.
And how is that going?
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done those infrastructural projects before, and not here, in other places. And you have very large, very complicated clients. Generally speaking, it's going all right.
And what's your vision for those stations?
I'm not allowed to say.
Okay.
Beyond what has already been said publicly, which is it's about light and airiness and falling in love. If you could create a station where you might meet your wife for the first time, and it was in a metro station, wouldn't that be fantastic? I met my wife. I fell in love with my wife in a metro station. I don't know. I mean, there might be quite a few people that do that.
Yeah.
I don't see them readily in most tube stations.
Okay. What advice do you have for Ryerson students?
Be naughty. Be self-confident. And try and always do, and be honest, with yourself. Try and do what you really believe in, and to make that work. Don't rely on books and what your teacher tells you. They're normally wrong.
Okay. And speaking of being naughty, obviously you're known as the bad boy of architecture. How do you feel about that reputation?
Well, I don't mind it, except I'm hardly a boy anymore, And I wonder when that's all going to stop. I'm not bad. I'm a really nice person. That just happens to say what I think, usually.
Yeah. And in The Observer, you said, "I like people. I hope it shows."
I did.
Is that something that is a primary concern when you're designing buildings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like working with people. I think they're very interesting. And in the absence of any particular architectural theory that I apply, then I apply what I hear from other people. Try and make sense of it. That's it.